Hello，大家好，欢迎大家来到读书时间。我们今天继续读《Soft Hearts》Rett Swinson Mystery 这本书。好，我们现在开始。One time I was interested in Otis's art, but I also hoped to ask him once and for all what he was up to in my neighborhood. The morning after the murder, we made a plan for Freddie to pick me up at 9 in the morning. Speaking of dates and times, Peggy asked, "When did you say that anniversary party is happening?" This Saturday, 4 to 7. Are you going? I shrugged. You should go, Peggy said. Just so everyone can remember who made that company what it is today. I'm sure Alan would find a way to make it about him, I said. Why are you so curious about this gathering anyway, Peggy? I care about anything you care about. I care about anything you care about. But you didn't really answer me. Are you going? I'm still thinking about it, I said. My glass was empty. I reached for the second wine bottle. But after nothing, Freddie's from. Put it down again. This was. But after nothing, Freddie's from. Put it down again. This was his house after all. After noticing Freddie's from. Noting. After noting Freddie's from, but put it down again. This was his house after all. And I didn't want to stumble and hit my head on his concrete floor. I'd like a seltzer with a lime, bartender, I said, and make it snappy. I'm out of seltzer, Freddie frowned. And卡住了。I'm out of seltzer, Freddie frowned, and limes. Margaret shook her head. Minimalists, she muttered, as Freddie pulled his purple El Camino into Otis's gravel driveway the next morning. We caught a glimpse of the three-car carriage. A three-car garage behind the mobile home that must have once served as his car repair shop. Figuring it for the sculptor's studio, we walked straight to it. One of the garage's three sliding doors had been pulled up from deep. Within the building came a percussion of bang. Otis, sir, yelled Freddie. The bang ceased. Speaking, came a voice. It's Freddy, plus a friend. I hope it's a friendly friend. Enters those. We stepped into the gloom in the process, nearly tripping over what Freddy identified as an air compressor. We wove our way past massive stacks of paint cans, jumbles of bungee cords and chains, and avalanches of metal. The floor was alternately slippery. Avalanche. Gravel, loose, small one, with the floor was alternately slippery with motor oil and soft with sawdust. There was no way to tell where one pile of detritus ended and another began. Detritus, debris. We shuffled through shadows in the direction of light until a figure was revealed bent over a large rectangular structure lying brown on sawhorses. Prong, like it labels. Otis was arranging and rearranging copper, rubber, and steel objects within a giant wooden frame, as if putting together a gigantic puzzle. Some of the objects had already been fused together. Joint benefit, single entry. Fused together. You are clearly busy, Freddy said. We can come back another time. No, protested the old man. Stooped but spray as. Having the head and shoulder habitually bent towards. Stoop spray was as he moved around the horses. He was in the midst of swamping out various items, trying to determine what configurations he liked the best. We just tinkering. That's all. Just tinkering. Here. He nodded in greeting to me and asked, "How is Mrs. Schmidt doing today?" "Better. She's coming home soon," I said. He uttered a brief, "That's good," and bent down again to his work. Not antagonistic. Not antagonist, but not inviting questions either. So while Otis tinkered and Freddie observed, I ventured a look around the perimeter. My eyes around the perimeter. My eyes soon adjusted to the garage's ambient light, allowing me to see now what hung on the walls. Massive sculptured creations, similar in size to the one Otis was working on now, mounted on frames like paintings. The extravagant mixed media collages featured recognizable objects, a tricycle frame, an old radio, a toaster oven, intermingled with vines of metal tubing, shards of glass, and sundry arts. Sundry, what's sundry? Various kind of sundry arts and ends. Sundry arts and ends. Some of the pieces were painted. Others were in their natural state. The pieces were complex, but not inscrutable. To understand or interpret. Not inscrutable. I suspected each piece would tell a story if a viewer spent enough time with it. OK， 谢谢大家，我们今天先读到这里吧，那我们下次再见了，拜拜。